you know, just like really scary stuff. And then there's the ones that are really powerful, which is, wow, when you said this, you know, you hadn't really thought it out, and they kind of call you on your laziness or your something you did kind of wrong, either just grammatically or in a bigger sense, like that was kind of not well thought out, and you kind of rethink it. And then there's other stuff that's just funny. That's just kind of like people who didn't bother reading it and wrote you something, and it doesn't make much sense, or, yeah, I used to collect them all. I collect the stuff on paper still, but I get so much easier to send an email than write a letter that I don't keep the emails anymore. Just stupid, I guess.
Okay. So in a lot of your articles, you're insulting journalism in some way, right? Like journalists are patsies, or newspapers are clueless, or readers don't really matter. Is this your writing style, or is it like your real opinion?
I think it's interesting you guys are taking this class now, because I think this is not it's a really exciting time for journalism, because anyone can put up a blog, and some of them are really good, and even if they're not good, some of them get read. So I think it's an exciting time, but it's a weird time. Like, I don't think newspapers are a depressing place to be right now, and news magazines in general are a depressing place to be. They just laid off. I spent the last 2 months at Time magazine, where I used to work, because they were doing some redesign. They laid off about 50 people on Tuesday, about 200 people at Time Inc. in total. And everyone just kind of feels it, and everyone's kind of threatened by the web. And I think I had to do a chat yesterday, like it was 1997 for the LA Times. And it's just, you're just seeing these papers try and scramble and keep up with new technology. And I think they're either not reacting, which is the worst, or they're reacting poorly, which is the second worst. I think I kind of wish I had, even though I got really lucky and then I graduated while these big institutions were still able to pay you decently and hire a bunch of people, I still think it would have been more fun to graduate college or even high school now and be able to just write a blog and post it and see how I do in the fair market. Because, instead I spent 2 years fact-checking and then a year, the 2 years fact-checking is not a big deal, but at the time it seemed like a big deal because I didn't know how long it would last, and it would have been more fun to have a blog or something.
You want to explain to them what fact-checking is?
Yeah, it's a job that increasingly doesn't exist. It used to be that, this is particularly a magazine thing. Newspapers, you check your own stories for the most part. But at magazines, there was a whole group of people that would just take the stuff that you wrote and go over it line by line to check not just the spelling, but the accuracy of all the details in it. And that's a job that's kind of going by the wayside. Magazines are making more and more people check their own stuff, and they're just hoping for the best. Didn't you just get here? I mean, I was late, but...
Okay, this is an article you did a long time ago, but how did your meeting with the other Joel Stein go?
Oh, I'm still friends with him. I met other thousands of Joel Steins, apparently. I've met them all. They all email me. So I met, when I tried to buy, well, how did I find out the other Joel Stein? I think I found joelstein.com. And it was like...
Oh, Joel, yeah.
Yeah.
We were looking at that the other day.
Yeah. He's exactly my age, like, not exactly, but the same year as me in high school. And he's a musician, and he's very talented, and so I decided to destroy him by creating thejoelstein.com. It did not work. He's still doing very well. Anyway, so, I met him. We went to, I saw his song perform. I have all his albums, which looks cool in my CD collection.
His credit card?
I have not stolen his credit card. I think he's a struggling musician. I think if I were going to steal someone's credit card, it might be some other Joel Stein. There's a guy at MIT. But yeah, he's great. I recommend his music highly. He's working on a musical right now. We stay in touch. Any other questions about other Joel Steins?